All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. My name's Cody. I'm a marketing specialist here at QNAP, and I'm here with our product manager, Dval. And today we're going to be covering an exciting new offering from QNAP called myQNAPcloud Storage. And so if we look at the agenda here, we'll start by going over myQNAPcloud Storage, and we'll talk about what it is and how it can be used. And then Dval will give us a live demo to give us a hands-on look at how it works. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A time where we'll address any questions that you might have. So what is myQNAPcloud Storage? The myQNAPcloud Storage is from QNAP and specifically designed for the QNAP ecosystem, supporting NAS backup and restoration. It will work in conjunction with other QNAP apps such as Hybrid Backup Sync 3 and HybridMount, among other, just to name a few. And a few quick facts as why this will be an effective solution for your QNAP NAS to cloud backup is the durability to maintain your data, the encryption, multi-factor authentication, and object lock for better cybersecurity, and seamless integration with QNAP apps. And the aggressively competitive price point as well will be a really good option for those looking for offsite backup. myQNAPcloud Storage is QNAP's own public cloud designed to serve as an affordable and simple backup repository for offsite QNAP NAS backups. And it makes it simple for businesses, schools, prosumers, or even home users to implement a 3-2-1 backup strategy. And Hybrid Backup Sync 3 is the native QNAP NAS backup application that facilitates the NAS backup jobs to external drives, other NAS, and public cloud services, which includes myQNAPcloud Storage. Hybrid Backup Sync 3 enables you to schedule regular backups to myQNAPcloud Storage. And in order to deliver the best quality of service and maintain quick backup and restoration speeds, QNAP has deployed 12 data centers around the world to date for myQNAPcloud Storage. This will minimize the time it takes to backup and to recover. So you'll get a better recovery time objective for your data if something should go wrong or anything like that. And the myQNAPcloud Drive feature enables files and folders to also be backed up, restored, or shared directly between computers and myQNAPcloud Storage. This means that you can share storage directly from the myQNAPcloud Storage to others. And there are 3 methods by which data can be restored from myQNAPcloud Storage. The first method is to an on-site or remote NAS using Hybrid Backup Sync, and there are no charges for API requests using this method. The next method is to physically transfer secure appliances with large amounts of data out of the myQNAPcloud Storage. This would be similar to AWS Snowball or Azure Data Store. And the third option would be to restore the data to a cloud NAS. So in this instance, you would be running QNAP Cloud NAS on top of a third-party cloud service such as Amazon EC2 or Azure, and you would be backing up the storage to their services, but it will be running the QNAP interface. And in addition to Hybrid Backup Sync 3 integration, myQNAPcloud Link also integrates with QNAP's HybridMount app. What HybridMount does is it uses your local QNAP NAS to serve as a sort of local cache for cloud storage. So this way you have faster access to the data that happens to be mounted on the NAS. And you have less internet bandwidth saturation if you have multiple local users accessing the mounted data, since they would all be accessing it from the local network. What myQNAPcloud Storage adds to HybridMount functionality is it enables you to now sync cached folders across NAS and across remote sites. So teams can upload to a synced folder, and teams across locations will be able to access the data from the synced folder mounted on their local NAS. And one thing really cool to mention is that you can actually try out myQNAP Cloud Storage for free. The free trial gives you 16 gigabytes of free storage to play around with. So if you go to the landing page on our website, you'll see a link there for it. Now I'll pass things over to Deval, and he's going to give us a live demo to see how this works.
All right, thank you very much, Cody. Let me change the screens. All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Deval. I'm the product manager here at QNAP. And as Cody mentioned, today we'll be introducing our new cloud storage offering called myQNAP Cloud Storage. Now, this is a complementary software that we provide for your QNAP NAS, but it's actually a true cloud storage provider. So you can now back up, if you want to back up your devices or your QNAP NAS data over onto a cloud, QNAP storage is another option other than the ones that are already available like Amazon, Google Drive, and other storage devices. So we have a landing page available already. As Cody mentioned, we have 16 gigabytes of free storage for your QNAP NAS, so you can actually start using that 16 gigabyte to back up your important data. And if you want more, you can always, we have the pricing available, and it's very competitive pricing as well. So you can add additional storage as well. So let me go through some landing page before we go through the demo. Again, so why should you use QNAP Cloud Storage? Again, it's a 99.9% durability, so it has high class data safety where it won't, there's chances of going down is pretty low. Again, we have features like objects lock will be coming soon. So in case once you back up to your QNAP Cloud Storage, it locks that data, and so nobody can access it or change the data. You can only read the data. And it works perfectly with our applications such as Hybrid Backup Sync, HybridMount, QTS Cloud. Again, it's cost reduction with competitive pricing from other storage providers. We are very competitive in the pricing as well. It's very trusted, as mentioned. It's our storage solution provider, so it's very we make sure we test on every end of it to make sure everything is compatible. And we have servers worldwide with around 12 data centers, so you have the ability to choose where you want to back up your data and closest location to you as well. And disaster recovery, you can recover to the on-premise device, so where you can just back up. Once you have backed up your data, you can restore it to your original NAS where you backed it up from, or to another NAS if you don't have access to the original NAS. And we also have the ability to back up to restore to QTS Cloud that is coming soon. We also have another application that is coming soon that I'll have another webinar for. It's called Hybrid Backup Center. This is it's like a centralized application to check all your backups. If you have multiple NASs, you can see all the backup jobs from different NASs. You can restore from any location to any location from a single application as well. But again, for restoring, if you have a single NAS, you can restore to that same location, to the same NAS, or you can restore to another location as well. Because the data is on the cloud, you can restore to any location as long as you have internet access. We also have the ability to recover to QTS Cloud, which is coming soon. So let's say if you don't have access to your QNAP NAS physically, you can just quickly spin up a QTS Cloud on like Amazon EC2 or Azure, and just recover data directly to that QTS Cloud and immediately get access to your data without having to wait for another NAS as well. You can also mount the data in case if you don't want to restore. If you have done a sync job in the first place, you can just mount the storage to another NAS and quickly access the data without having to restore using HybridMount. So if you have HybridMount, you can just quickly restore that to another location or just access the data by connecting that. We also have web management uh, application, which you can just go to myQNAPcloud.com and you can access your data directly from there. You can download it. You can upload data as well directly to that location without having to have a QNAP NAS or access to a QNAP NAS at the time you're trying to access the data. So you can just go to your myQNAPcloud.com and quickly get access to your data without having to wait for a QNAP NAS as well. You can also access via file explorer or finder using HybridMount, which I'm going to show you shortly in the demo as well. Again, the features that we support is server-side encryption, where you can encrypt your data when you back it up. So you have to have an encrypted password to access the data. You can restore the backup if the backup job finishes. If you have a larger backup job that will not complete, or if you have internet access issues where the internet access just stopped for some reason, when the internet restores, you can quickly resume the backup jobs, or it will automatically resume the backup jobs. Versioning will have versioning, which means that you can have up to multiple versions of the same data, so you can restore from data from yesterday or even a month ago or even a year ago, depending on how many versions you have. And something coming soon is called life cycle, where you can delete the old files in case if you don't require that once that feature is available. So you can join the storage beta program by using this link and downloading the newer application from our app center. All right, so that's again, as I mentioned, we have 16 gigabytes of free storage, and you can see your pricing as well from this link. Let me quickly show you that as well. So you have to select your location. Let's say if you select Virginia, so you have monthly plans and we have annual plans as well. So let's say if you go monthly plan, we have 50% off for your first month. For annual plan, we have up to 10% savings. So we have additional savings as well. So you can see we have 50 gigabytes for about $1 a month. For 500 gigabytes is $3.99. 5 terabytes is $5.99. 2 terabytes is $11.99, and then 5 terabytes is about $29.99. And for annuals, you have more savings. For 50 gigabytes, it's $9.49. So so on and so forth. So you'll see a lot of savings compared to a traditional cloud storage provider if you go with myQNAP Cloud Storage. So that's your pricing. We have that available on software.qnap.com if you want to buy additional licensing. But for your basic myQNAP Cloud account, you have 16 gigabytes of free storage available. So you can try it out. If you don't use, or if you don't plan to use anything more than 16 gigabytes, you can actually keep your free account. Just keep using the 16 gigabytes available to you for free. But if you want, or if you do plan to have additional storage, or you want additional storage, you can use these licensing to get additional storage. So that's the pricing for myQNAP Cloud. Now let's take a look at myQNAP Cloud itself. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you how to connect to your myQNAP Cloud. So if you're looking for, actually, first, let me go to myQNAP Cloud webpage. So to access your myQNAP Cloud storage, just go to myqnapcloud.com. We're going to sign out. So just if you have an account, you can already do that right now. But if you don't, just all right, I need to have let me quickly get the code. Right, so when you first log into myQNAP Cloud Storage, you will see a newer option. Now, if you've been using myQNAP Cloud to access your devices remotely, those options will still be available under device management, share link, SSL certificate. All those are still available, but newer option will be myQNAP Cloud Storage, and you have to first create a space. So you have to go here and click on Create Space, and this link will pop up. So if you want to go with the free trial, just click on subscribe, or if you're gonna go with a premium option, which is the paid option, you can click on get started and buy the license from there. But for free option, just select the closest location to you, and then click on subscribe, and the space is now created. So you can close this window and you have the space that is created already, and you can now start accessing this location. So you click on there, you can, if you want, you can just start uploading files directly from here to your myQNAP Cloud. Now I already have some accounts connected. So now if you want to connect this to your, let's say if you want to do a backup job, so you go to hybrid backup setting, click on backup, new backup job, select the folder you want to backup, hit next. Now you have a new option, which is myQNAP Cloud Storage. So you can click on that. Now you have to authenticate with that account that we just created. Once you have authenticated the account, just select the region, the name, and click on Create. And that's how simple it is. Once you have done that, hit select, and then you will see your main folder here. And then you can also create another folder called backup from actually directly from hybrid backup sync. Click on the plus button after entering the folder name. You have to make sure you have to enter the folder name first and then click on the plus button. So you can click on that, click on OK, and then you can name your backup jobs, hit next. You can run a schedule for this backup job. You can say you want to have it one time every few minutes, daily, weekly, monthly. So you can set up your schedules from here as well. You can also set up versions from here as well. You can have multiple versions of that data. Hit next. From here, you can do data compression. You can also do QUDD, where if you have multiple files which are the same exact files, QUDD will not back up the second copy or third copy of the data. It will only copy the original copy of the data. It will still keep information about the second or third copy, but to save some space on your cloud, because remember, cloud space are at a premium, right? You're paying for per gigabyte of data. QUDD will help you save if you have multiple of the same file, especially when you're using it for virtualization, database applications. QUDD can actually help you save a lot of space if you want to use that. Now, we don't recommend for multimedia files because multimedia files do not usually have multiple copies. We can still try it. Now, the best part is that QUDD will do deduplication before even transferring the data. So you're not only saving space, but you're also saving bandwidth because it will dedupe before. So let's say if you have a virtualization application you're running on the QNAP, you want to back up that. Now, usually virtualization can have up to half the space that is usually deduplication. So let's say if you have a 10 gigabytes and it's 5 gigabytes of original data, QNAP will compress that, or not compress, basically dedupe it to 5 gigabytes, and it will before you even start that backup job, will look at your data and well, let's say you only have 5 gigabytes, so it will only transfer 5 gigabytes. So when you're transferring, instead of transferring the whole 10 gigabyte, because of QUDD, it will only transfer 5 gigabytes. So you're actually saving on bandwidth as well. Instead of transferring 10, it will only transfer 5, and you also save space on the cloud because it's now only using 5 gigabytes versus 10 gigabytes. So QUDD is another application as well. You can also do client-side encryption, where you can check this box, enter a password. Now, if you forget this password, there's no way for us to restore. There's no backdoor way to restore data on this. You have to remember the password. So you have to ensure that you keep this password at multiple locations. Make sure you save it. And no, the best part is we cannot access it. In the cloud, you won't be able to, anyone can just cannot access the data. They need this encrypted password before even they can restore this. So when you're trying to restore the password, or sorry, when you're trying to restore the data, you have to enter the encrypted password, and then you can access the data. So you can do that as well. You can also do rate limit, where you can say don't use all of our bandwidth at this times at these dates, and only use certain amount of bandwidth. You can also do rate limits as well right here. Rest is all the default options that you have been using with with hybrid backup sync. So that's the backup job. Now, if you want to do a sync job, which is very similar to that, you can do two-way sync, where if you upload something on the QNAP, it'll upload that into the myQNAPcloud storage. If you upload something on myQNAPcloud storage, it will bring it down back to your QNAP. Or you can do one-way sync. If you just upload anything on your QNAP, it will upload that to myQNAPcloud storage, and it will just keep backing up or keep syncing the data to myQNAPcloud storage. Or active sync, where if you upload something on myQNAPcloud storage, it will bring it back down to your QNAP NAS, but it won't send anything up to myQNAPcloud storage. So let's say if you want to do one-way sync, which is what most of our users use. So you can now select the myQNAPcloud storage. Once you have authenticated the account, it will save that information. So you can click on that, click on select. You can do action is copy, mirror, or move, where copy means everything you upload on the QNAP NAS will keep backing up or keep syncing to QNAPcloud storage. All the new data will be synced to myQNAPcloud storage. And if you delete something on myQNAPcloud, if you delete something on your NAS, it won't delete that data on myQNAPcloud storage. Now mirror, whereas if you delete something on, so it will just mirror exactly what you have on your NAS into your QNAPcloud storage. So if you delete something on your NAS, it will also delete that into myQNAPcloud storage. And move is where it will just move everything you have on your QNAP NAS into myQNAPcloud storage, and once it's moved, it will delete everything from your QNAP cloud. So this is just when you're migrating from one NAS to another device, or from your NAS to cloud. But usually we use copy, where it will just ensure that you have your data backed up or synced into your myQNAPcloud storage. The new data will just be synced. If you delete something on your NAS, it will be kept on your cloud account. So just enter that and then select which data or which folder you want to back it up to, which folder. Again, you want to create a new folder, sync, ensure that you enter the folder name and click on the plus button and click on OK. And then hit next. And you can also do schedules as well on this one as well. And then you can do compression, and you can still do client-side encryption, where you have to enter password before accessing the data. You can still use rate limits as well. All of that is still available. And hit next, and that's it. So that's the hybrid backup sync with myQNAPcloud. So nothing major has changed as of yet with myQNAPcloud storage and hybrid backup sync. It's everything what you're actually using with another QNAPcloud storage. It's still available. What we have features are coming soon are object locks that are coming soon with this hybrid backup sync, and that's for once it's available. But another feature that I'm going to show you today is HybridMount. Now this is where if you want to use your myQNAPcloud as an additional folder on your QNAP NAS. So when you connect your QNAPcloud storage into your HybridMount, you can use it as an additional folder on your QNAP NAS. So let me show you how this works. So again, to add that, you have to go to Mount Management, click on Create Mount. Now we have three different options. So you can use File Cloud Gateway, where when you create this, and this is what most of our users use. When you create this, you can use your cloud storage as an additional folder on your QNAP NAS. You can access it via QFile, SMB, NFS, FTP, WebDAV. All of that is available, and it will use a small space on your NAS as a cache space. So the most accessed data from your cloud will be synced and will be kept on your cache. So every time you're accessing that data, rather than downloading it from your cloud, it will keep that copy on your QNAP NAS. So you're actually accessing directly from your QNAP NAS rather than accessing it from the cloud. If you make any changes on that data, it will definitely upload that immediately onto your cloud. So you have the latest copy available onto your cloud. And if somebody accesses that data directly from the cloud, QNAP will sync that data, the new data back into the local cache space. So you don't have to worry that the copy will be different than the cloud copy. It will be the same copy, but the advantage of having this is the most accessed data on your cloud will be kept on your NAS as a local space. Now, potentially, because we have a lot of NASs that come with 2.5 gig or 10 gig network options, you can actually access your cloud data via 2.5 gig and 10 gig, even though you don't have internet access of that particular speed, because the data is on the QNAP NAS. You can access the data directly with the local caching option. And once you make the change, QNAP will upload that by using the slow internet connection onto QNAP Cloud storage. So that's another advantage. So that's via Cloud Gateway. Now, Cloud Drive Mount is you can access the data as if without local caching, but you can only access it via file station or Q file. You won't be able to access like SMB, NFS, or FTP because it's not creating a local caching. It's just connecting that cloud drive into your local NAS. But so whatever you access will be accessed directly from your cloud, but not from the QNAP NAS. And the cloud network drive mount is if you have a third-party device that you want to access, you can also do that. So we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the first option, which is a file cloud gateway. Now, if you want to connect that, you click on create, select the new option, which is a myQNAP Cloud Storage, click on authenticate, and once it's authenticated, it will show you. Now you have to select which space you want to cache. So you can click on my space US West, or whatever space you have created on your QNAP NAS, and then hit next. Now you have to have some space available on your pool for caching. So when you are entering a number for your cache, you have to remember how much space, how much data you will be accessing it at the regular basis. Let's say if you have 100 terabytes worth of cloud data. Now you're not going to access 100 terabyte every single day, right? You may be accessing 1 terabyte per, like usually 1 terabyte a day, or just 1 terabyte in regular, right? You have multiple projects that you're backing up to cloud, but you're only accessing one project at a time, and that project usually is 1 terabyte. So you can actually enter a cache space of 1 or even 20% more, 1.20 terabyte on your local QNAP NAS. So whenever you access, so it will actually cache up to 1 terabyte onto your local QNAP, and then 100 terabyte will still be kept on your cloud drive. So you can select that. Once you have selected that, hit on create, and now that will create that cache space. Now I already have something created, so I'm going to show you that quickly. So let me show you HybridMount right here. I have created one cache space. Now this requires licensing, but QNAP has provided up to 2 free licensing that you can actually use. So if you have 2 different myQNAP Cloud accounts, you can use that, or you can use 2 different cloud as well. So you can use one as Google Drive, the other one would be myQNAP Cloud Storage. So you can actually use up to 2. If you want to use the third or fourth one, you have to purchase licensing. But since we already have one created, it doesn't require any kind of licensing. So you see right here that it's mounted now. I have this, let me show you my account. Like, Yeah, so I have these folders and this data that is uploaded. Now, if you're gonna look at file station, you can actually see the myQNAPcloud storage, and you will see your data. And then it will show you something new here, which is called cache status, which means that this data is actually also locally available on your cache space, as well as it's available on the cloud as well, and it's synced already. So now let's say if I want to do remotely access, or let's say if I want to access this via SMB, I just have to enter SMB // enter my local username and password for my local account, and hit connect. And now you will see the myQNAPcloud storage as another option. And you can see right here, myQNAPcloud storage is now available as a local SMB drive. I can just copy anything I don't want to copy here. I can upload anything and just double click and access it, because it's available locally on my QNAP drive, on my QNAP drive. It will be able to, I can access it directly. I can access it quickly as well, using because it's on my QNAP NAS. I can also edit the data. I can upload anything from my QNAP NAS from my local computer to the QNAP NAS. Let's say if I want to access, let's say if I copy something. So once it's available, if I refresh, and you can also use this for thumbnail generation, where if you upload a lot of files and folders, you can actually it will generate the thumbnail for you on QMagi, all those app photo station, QMagi, which is a new application replacing photo station. So you can quickly access the data as well. So the new folder is uploaded. Now if I refresh my QNAP Cloud account, you will see that file is now uploaded directly on my QNAP Cloud storage. Another feature that I'm going to show you is using QFile. All right, so if you use QFile and you're accessing your QNAP NAS, and then you can access your QNAP Cloud. Now, let's say if you upload something directly from your phone, it will first upload it to your file station that will show up here. See, I just uploaded this. I think this is the new data, and after a few minutes, it will upload it here as well. See, right, the file is now available now. But the major feature is that now you can access all the data using the QFile application as if it's on your local phone or your local NAS. You won't see any major differences between how you're accessing other folders on the NAS, whereas the folders available. So all the other folders and the folders on your cloud account will be similar way to access. You can upload anything and access it directly, all your folders and files. You don't have to make any changes as well. So that's how easy it is to access your data using QFile application as well. And you can also upload data directly from your computer directly to myQNAP Cloud storage by accessing this, and it should download it back to the computer or to your QNAP NAS in a few minutes. Now, usually the default sync time is 6 minutes. You can change it back to 1 minute. So every 1 minute, the QNAP NAS will look at your data on the cloud and will sync it back to your NAS. Now, because you're using myQNAPcloud, it doesn't have any kind of ingress or egress fee. So all the API requests are free. So you can do as much as downloads available on or uploads or downloads from your QNAP NAS to the myQNAPcloud storage, and it's all will be available for free. So now the new data I just uploaded is now available directly from here, and if I refresh, it will also be available here as well. Yeah, and it will also be available right here. This is the new data, and also on my phone as well. And it's also available on my phone, that new data I just uploaded. So anything you upload from your myQNAPcloud, you can also upload folders and files as well. You can also access it directly from there as well. You can download it, you can move it, you can copy, you can see the versions, multiple versions on your QNAP NAS as well. You can also upload a new version directly from here. You can see who modified this version. You can download that particular version on your QNAP NAS. I think I can show you a quick example of versioning. One second, so I can show you versioning real quick. I just updated this, uploaded this file. Version is available now. File is available on the. So see, you have two different versions. So because I made a change on that particular file, before it was just test one line, I added test two, and now you can see there are two different versions of that same file. Now if I do another change on that particular file, let's say if I added test three, you will see the third line now available. So you can download that particular versions. You can download the version before that, or you can download or you can keep the original version. Now you can restore the file to that version, or you can download that particular file, or you can delete that version. So the difference between recovering and download is you can, if you download it, you will have two different copies. One will be the main copy that is on the that is available currently, and you will have another copy of the original data or the data before that, so you can compare which data, what was modified, what was corrupted, or what was changed. Or you can just go say I don't want the current copy, I just want the original copy. So you can click on that, it will restore the original copy. So I think it should just be test one. Oh, it didn't download that copy, but see, it's only test one is available. After a few minutes of once the QNAP Cloud syncs, See, the test, the original version is back now. And you'll have the version before that available as well, but the original version will also be shown here as well. So that's the major difference between versioning. Now you don't have to enable versioning on HybridMount or Hybrid Backup Sync. The version is available through myQNAPcloud storage, and that's a free option as well. So you can use that as well. If you want more versioning, paid option will be available as well. But that's myQNAPcloud storage. So that is it for the quick demo for myQNAPcloud. We're going to open up for Q&A. So if you guys have any further questions, just keep putting that in the questions option on GoToWebinar, and I will start answering them right now. All right, let's start with the Q&A. So I have a question from a user saying that I created a space using myQNAPcloud storage and trying to use HBS on my device, and I do not see myQNAPcloud storage as an option. So for that, you have to ensure that you first upload. So you first download the QTS 5.1.0 firmware, and from there upload Hybrid Backup Sync from your app center, and then you will see the new myQNAPcloud storage. Now this is only available for users using my 5.1.0 QTS. So you have to ensure that you have uploaded or updated to the newer version, so you can get access to that feature. Once you have uploaded that, you will be able to see that as well. Another question is, what's the cost of myQNAPcloud? So during the earlier part of the presentation, I did show you the cost, but let me see if I can show you that quickly right here. So just look up myQNAPcloud storage on Google. And at the bottom of the page, you will see pricing. Sorry about the noise. And then from here, you can select which region is closest to you. Let's say if you're living in US, you can select the closest region, and then you can select either you want monthly pricing or annual pricing, and then you can select what space you want. So as I mentioned, for monthly pricing, we have 50% off for the first month. For annual, we have 10% off indefinitely. So it's not just for the first month, but indefinitely if you go with annual pricing. Annual pricing always helps you save more money. But let's say if you select monthly, for 50 gigabytes, you have $99. I'm sorry, 99 cents for a month. For 5 gigabytes, $3.99. 1 terabyte is $5.99. 2 terabytes is $11.99. It's pretty competitive pricing compared to other cloud storage providers. If you go to annual, they have more savings for the annual as well. 50 gigabytes is $9.49. $39.99 for 500 as well. Now, if you do go with annual pricing or monthly pricing, and let's say if you do plan to then you do plan to not use, let's say you stop using the paid version, you go back. So you'll be back to the original version, right? So so here, let's say if you do go back to the free version, and you have uploaded a lot of data, the problem would be that you only have 16 gigabytes worth of free usage. So here, if you do have the free version, let me change to another account so I can show you some settings for the paid version. So on versioning as well, you can actually enable or disable versioning. If you have any paid accounts, you can disable versioning if you don't want versioning, because versioning can use up a lot of space on your cloud storage. So you can disable that if you don't want it. If you do want versioning, it'll keep 20 latest versions of each file. And then the storage plan expiration policy is what you wanna say. So let's say you did get the paid version, which is 50 gigabytes, and you uploaded, let's say 40 gigabytes worth of data. and let's say you decide not to auto renew for the next month, you have 30 days for grace period. So again, so QNAP Cloud Storage will keep your additional 40 gigabytes for 30 more days, and then after that grace period expires, you can either select to delete the newest file and go back to 16 gigabytes, or delete the oldest file. So that you can choose which one you want to do, or which one you want to select. So you have to ensure that you do that before the 30 days. By default, is the newest file, so it will delete all the newest file until 16 gigabytes of free spaces is hit. Okay, so that's just one thing you have to keep in mind. Let's go back to Q&A. So another question is VM backup daemon. I'm not really sure what that means. Is it VM backup demo? Is that what you're looking for? If you're looking for that right now, we don't have that available. That will be available very soon. myQNAPcloud storage is a very new application, so we are integrating to more applications. But right now, Hybrid Backup Sync and HybridMount is what's integrated to start with, but you will have more options as this gets more available. You can keep entering more questions if you have any further questions. Another question is this available for QTS Hero? Yes, this is also available for QTS Hero, which is on 5.h.5.1.0. So you have to ensure that you upload that, update your NAS to 5.1.0 or h5.1.0, and then update the Hybrid Backup Sync and HybridMount, and then you will be available. You will be able to access the new data. For Canada, US, I think you can. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm in US, it will be showing me US pricing. But yes, if you are in another country, you can pay local currency as well. But yeah, we have a server available in Canada, so you can also use that location as well. Another question is available free exam. I'm not sure if I understand that question. If you can elaborate more, I'll be happy to answer that. Another question is how many drives recommended for NAS 251 plus 2 drives mirrored? Yes, that will be recommended settings for 251. So 251 does come with 2 drives, and then mirror will be the best option. So in case if you lose a drive, you still have access to your other drive. Because the other option will be RAID 0 or single drive. Single drive, you just have to have 2 different folders for each drive, and if you lose a drive, you lose data on that particular data drive. And RAID 0 is not ever recommended, because that if you lose a drive, you lose all the data. So RAID 1, which is 2 drive mirror, is recommended. Go free example available in QNAP site. Right now we don't have free example for available for that. Once the feature is available, we'll have. I'm actually planning to have another webinar for advanced feature for myQNAPcloud storage with with object lock, with QTS Cloud Restore, all of that once available. I just wanted to get this webinar out of the way for the basic functionality of myQNAPcloud storage with with free 16 gigabyte options for our users. So users can start initially using that, but advanced features, once they come, I'm planning to have another webinar going over that features as well. All right, guys, I'll wait about a minute more. If you guys have any further questions, just enter that in here. Two NAS units, two locations use the same cloud. Yes, you can actually connect the hybrid mount to the same account with two different NASs. So if you upload something from NAS 1, it will upload that data to cloud and it will download the data on the NAS 2. So yes, you can use two NAS using two locations. That's one of the features available for myQNAPcloud and storage and hybrid mount. What about share and video editing? So those are also available because these are SMB drives. So whatever you upload you can upload any kind of data. You can upload virtualization, video editing, all of that is available. If you want to share something, you can use the file station application to share your data to different locations. So let me show you that quickly. And then multiple users can access the data as well. If you have another user on your QNAP NAS, they can also you can also provide them permissions on using the shared folder. You can actually control permissions who can access the data. So you can, if you have another user, you can give him access read only, so they can only read the data. This is the cloud data I'm talking about, not the local data, but the cloud data. That includes the local caching option. So whatever data you have on the local cache as well as the cloud, they can read. You can either read only, you can deny them, or you can read and write. So they can have their own data as well on your cloud as account as well. So you can click on read and write, apply that, and test user can now access the data available on your cloud, and they don't need to access your cloud account right here. They don't need to access this location. All they have to do is access your local NAS, and they can access the data directly from file station or using SMB. And talking about what kind of data, you can upload any kind of data. If you upload like video editing data, you can also upload that as well. The only thing is that when the QNAP uploads the data to the cloud, it will be slower if you have larger data, depending upon your upload speeds. If your upload speeds are 1 gig, then it'll be a faster upload speeds. If your upload speeds are, let's say, 100 megabits per second or even 10 megabits per second, because some coax, like I think Spectrum Internet has coax gigabit, which is upload speeds of just 10 megabits per second. So, and if you have that, then it'll be a much slower upload speeds, and it will take a longer time to upload that data if you're going to be uploading large amount of data. So remember, QNAP Cloud storage is still limited to your internet service provider. So if you want something, if you want to use something like this, I do recommend looking at your internet service provider to see if you can get a better upload speeds. If you have gigabit upload speeds, if you have fiber in your location, then you're still good to go, because you have depending upon your plan, you have fibers usually have a better upload speeds. They start with 250 megabytes or 500 megabytes to even 1 gig as well. My location actually has 2 gigs, so I get about 2,000 megabits per second read and write. So that's pretty good. So if you have that something like fiber, this will be a great option available for you as well. But yes, so any other accounts can use this data, and they don't need to access your cloud data. You don't actually have to create an account for them on your cloud. They can just create an account for them on your QNAP NAS, and they will be able to access your cloud account from this location, from just directly from your NAS. How do QNAP certify I'm not really sure if I understand the last question. Could you elaborate? Oh, training. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my email address. If you're looking for specialized training, you can always reach out to me. We can always arrange specific trainings for. I'm gonna send out to everyone. So if you have any further questions or concerns, if you guys want some additional information, additional training, I'm I'm always available to help out. But you can email me here, and I'll be happy to help out with that as well. But you can actually look up our YouTube channel, which is QNAP College, and then we have uploaded a lot of training information or training videos through myQNAPcloud College, and then through our YouTube channel, and then you can access that as well. We have old webinars, workshops, some specific uploads for specific applications. You can access all those training materials. But if you're not able to find something, just reach out to us. I'll be happy to help you as well. We'll wait for under a minute. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. All right, looks like no further questions. So thank you everyone for joining our webinar today. If you guys have any further questions or concerns, you do have our email, so you can reach out to us. But back to you, Cody.
All right, thank you guys. So just keep your eyes open for that follow-up email. We'll put the recording of this up on YouTube shortly, and we'll link to that in the follow-up email. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you for joining us. See you next time.